I told you it's not ready yet.
Honey, just show it to them.
God, son, that's wonderful.
You're probably thinking, Neutro, what is this? A video? As I was about to get to sleep, I wasn't going to do a video. I was going to wait till we got onto the live stream on Thursday, but I feel like this news is just too big to not talk about it now. Concord, how Sony have shut it down to explore options, and we're going to talk about it. This is one of the biggest failures in gaming history. This is worse than Gollum. This has been worse than Suicide Squad. And Suicide Squad, because of the brand of Rocksteady and what they did with the Arkham games, it was arguably much more of an anticipated game. And because this was a new IP, no one actually gave a crap. But this is absolutely crazy. So literally, when I saw this on Twitter, I couldn't actually believe that this was a thing. So an important update for Concord. Concord fans, we've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PS5 and PC came out on both. To thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star, your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. However, many qualities of the experience resonated with players. We also recognize that other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September the 6th, 2024. Literally in 3 days' time, including those that will better reach our players. And this game has not... How long has this game been? A couple of weeks. A couple of weeks. This took 8 years to make $200 million. We didn't get a Days Gone 2. We didn't get The Last of Us factions, and people wanted that. It makes you think, at what point did Sony stop listening to their audience? That is absolutely crazy. While we deserve the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately and will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game for PS5 or PC. If you've purchased the game for PS5 from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued back to your original payment method. Customers who purchase this from other digital storefronts will also be refunded. More information about refunds from Steam and Epic can be found below. So basically, you can go to the Steam store, you can get a refund, Epic Games, and other retailers. Because I was wondering about physical retailers, you can still get a refund if you bought a physical copy to this game. It just says your physical copy at a retail location outside of PlayStation. Please refer to the refund process of the retailer. Once refunded, players will no longer be able to access the game. We'll keep you updated, and thank you again to all the free gunners who have joined us on the Concord Galaxy.
All 10 of them.
This is absolutely crazy. Who would have thought? Even though we spoke about this on the live streams, we've spoken about how much of a failure. We've seen the numbers on Steam. We've got 92 players. This game came out a couple of weeks ago, and arguably it's got a little bit of a spike, mostly probably because people who have purchased the game, it actually reached 132. That's the 24-hour peak, because probably people were like, man, well, let me enjoy the last few days of this game. This has got to be one of the biggest flops in gaming history, and it just makes you think that it is very good that Sony are pulling the plug. They're going to give everyone refunds. If this was Ubisoft or EA or Activision, you know they wouldn't be doing that. And what they say in the article as well is that they're going to explore options, including those that will better reach our players. Now, the thing is, we all know from the beta, hardly anyone was playing. And the question is, what do they do with this game? Do they make it free to play? It's not going to make a difference. I just don't think there's hardly anyone that is interested in this game. It's just too generic. The characters, the pronouns. Who wants to play this game? The question is, though, what would they do? Now, they could make it free to play. Yes, they could do that. Is that going to cost them even more money to actually keep the servers up and running? Just take the L, take it off the tax bill. What else can they do? I've seen a few other YouTubes talk about this, and they spoke about maybe possibly changing things, adding modes, adding offline modes maybe. I just think it's too much of a gamble for Sony to put any more money into this game. I don't think they could change it. If it was a story-driven game and they had appealing characters, when we first saw that state of play and it took out like majority of the state of play, I was like, if this is a story-driven game, I'm somewhat interested. And the minute it wasn't, I was like, forget it. They can't make a story out of it. That's going to cost so much money. I think the best thing they can do right now is take the L and just shut this game down completely and not waste any more money. If they actually listen to their community, no one actually asked for this. And the question is, this is not just about this game. We all know live service games, especially from Sony, this is not what we wanted. Question is, you've got fair games. What's going to happen with that game? That got ratioed when that CGI trailer came out. Most probably, I think they will think, I think we need to cancel this. What's the other game? Marathon. What are they going to do with that game? I think these live service games are in big, big trouble. What about Bend Studio and their live service game? Like I've said many times, if that game is not in the Days Gone universe, the community, the PlayStation fans are going to go mental because I'm not interested in them creating a new IP. Everyone says they want a Days Gone 2, a Days Gone 2. If it's not in that universe and it's a new live service game, they're all in trouble. I honestly think Sony needs to come to the realization, speak to their damn community and cancel all of these live service games. Arguably, the only two that got, well, one of them that got leaked, Spider-Man. That was the only one I was like, wow, that would actually be very cool, except Sony didn't go with that and they decided not to do that. Also, The Last of Us, I was actually really looking forward to playing that because a lot of people enjoyed Last of Us Factions and a lot of people were actually interested. The question to Sony is like, do you listen to the community? That's what doesn't make any sense. The games that have come out from not just Sony, from different developers like Warner Brothers with Suicide Squad, when did we stop listening to the core gamers about what they want? That's what baffles me, because how they managed to cancel those live service games that would have been interesting. You invested so much money buying this studio, you invested 8 years, $200 million in a new IP of a live service game that should have come out in 2015. This is just my honest thoughts about Concord. But I am surprised. That's the question. I think a lot of people were surprised because it's not even been 2 weeks. This is the biggest flop in history. And I remember just laughing at the promotional stuff that they were doing when the marketing was coming. I was like, yeah, no one's playing this game. But we're going to talk about this more on Thursday stream. Well, let's let everything die down. And I honestly think that they need to cancel this game. Like, don't even bother bringing it free. No one's going to play if it's free to play. The beta, no one was really playing the beta. It had an all-time peak of 2,388. This is for a live service game that should last years to come. 2,388, and I played that for about 2 minutes. I didn't finish a game. I was bored and I was like, it's not for me. So what do you guys think about this? We're going to talk about this on Thursday stream. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And wow, does that mean we're going to get a Days Gone 2?